So we engaged our staff in the process. And we know that that is such an important thing to do. And we want to make sure that we maintain that level of engagement. So we went out to them and started to ask the questions about how KCHC is doing with respect to EDI, and really giving them the opportunity to give us back some information on which to then dive further into and try to make the best plan for KCHC moving forward. So we saw that engagement.
So I wanted to capture the data, but I also wanted to capture the experience. And so, if we understand a certain percentage of our population is likely to celebrate, these non-Christian holidays, which, we know that ESA protects mostly Christian-based holidays, we can incorporate, make sure they're on our company calendar, and, just start to like build that into, again, what we do. So I had some ideas about what that would look like, and our partners with the charter came to us with some other ideas. And so we had a lot of discussions about why we would ask that. And so they helped me like really broaden the sense of what inclusion and why some of these questions that weren't on my radar could help me understand more completely what my audience or who my audience is.
And since the implementation, have you hired anyone with that new information?
Yes. So we have hired a lot of people, St. Lawrence students, that are long distance education students, and they are here on visas, and we've hired them through part-time while they're still going through school, and they've stayed on with us as well.
And we also saw the engagement further from our personnel committee, because that was the committee that we went to, because we decided to do the policy stream, because we saw that was the foundation for EDI work at KCHC, and we really wanted to make meaningful policy change. And we engaged our staff team of our personnel policy committee to say, what matters most here? Where should we start? What should we do first? And so giving that table the opportunity to have the discussion and to advance the agenda for the organization was really, truly meaningful as well. And it gave our organization the opportunity to do some critical thinking on how do we currently operationalize things? What are our processes? And where do we need to improve?
We actually just had this conversation, and Kathy and I both said that we don't want this relationship to end. We want it to continue because it was such a positive experience for us. And, when I first was presented it, I didn't know where it was going to go. And I didn't know. And I thought, okay, I'll do it. I didn't think I would be so captivated by it as I was. And it's one of the things I learned is not to assume people know what you're talking about, and to be very clear and precise in written and verbal language when you're presenting the interview questions, or when you're presenting an ad on Keys or in the paper or wherever you put your ads for employment, making sure you're very clear, because what we think is a norm for us is not a norm for everybody. Acronyms, using less acronyms, even though FCCC is an acronym. FCC is everywhere around here, but we are being more mindful of using our full name as Frontenac County Child Care Center. Putting the pay rate as per what it's for, not per week or per hour. It was Rodney brought it to our attention that some people's wage is that per week, not per hour, and that hit home to me, and it made me think, wow, that is just assuming, and that's wrong of us. And so being very clear and precise and on all of our documents, and we've done that.
Do you have any final thoughts about the charter project?
No, I loved it. I really did. I learned a lot, and I really appreciated you, Natalia, and the team. Like, you're just also open and graceful and respectful and inquisitive, and bringing up really interesting, critical questions that allow for the organization and me individually just to think about things a little bit differently, or think about how could the way we present or the language we use be interpreted or be harmful. And it was nice because I never felt scared or intimidated, which I think I really valued. And I never felt KCHC was being criticized or scolded.
Thank you so much.
It was fun. Like I always look forward to our meetings.